Can you believe it? After all this time, after all these months, after all these days, after all these episodes, finally, the intro actually worked. If you have been following this show since we came back, every episode we have experienced some type of weird, random, just out of nowhere, out of the blue malfunction. But finally, we were able to get on with no problems. Low key, I'm actually a little worried right now because I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe some type of alien invasion might happen while I'm on this broadcast with you all. Because everything was so perfect. But let's take advantage of this absolutely flawless opportunity that we have upon us right now and jump into the mix. What is happening, everybody? Good evening, good night, good day, good morning, all that good stuff, all good around. What is happening? Welcome to another episode of the 23rd hour, baby. I am your host, Mr. Maurice D. Prophet. We are here live in Chicago, Illinois, baby, on the coming up the heels of once again another SummerSlam that is in the books, and that is what tonight is. Tonight is your SummerSlam wrap up. Talk about the weekend and everything, and when what the weekend it was, what the show was as well too. Now, hold on, don't kill me yet. Don't kill me, all right? Don't kill me. Now, I know that you all heard, some of y'all watched the show earlier today, watched the recap from night one, and I did say in there, y'all like, this hypocritical ass stuff. I did say in there that we were going to limit, we weren't going to be doing the evening shows anymore because, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get tired and all that good stuff and everything. And we're going to, just keep it to the Sunday morning simple, smooth conversation. You know what I'm saying? Some easy like Sunday morning. And so, right, we're going to keep it at that, right? And so, we had a whole thing about that earlier today. So I'm pretty sure that whoever watched earlier watched this right now, like, what the hell your ass doing on the damn air? You a lying on. Listen. I couldn't help. I had to jump back on the mic. I had to jump back on the camera. I had to jump back on the stream. I had to chop it up with y'all so we can talk about night two. Because it wouldn't done any justice had I waited until a week from today to talk about night two of SummerSlam. I don't think it would have done any justice. So I think it's just only right, it's only fair, and it's only smart thing to do, you know what I mean, to be able to link up with you all, be able to come up in here, chop up game with you all. This is when we talk about this night two situation. Now, check it out. Now, once again, if you were watching earlier, we at the 23rd hour, we are very, very transparent here. We are very honest here. We don't hold anything back. We believe in, sharing. I have no qualms at all when it comes to sharing my plights or my pains that I'm going through as well, or some of my issues. And let y'all and be real with y'all. So I was letting you all know about some technical issues that I was experiencing when it came to the chat situation with StreamYard, which I'm gonna holler at StreamYard about this week. Don't trip, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, we're gonna work this out and everything. And so yeah. So there was that. So unfortunately, I couldn't interact with y'all in live time, in real time, during the show. I did get up with y'all who commented on the episode earlier today. Thank you so much for commenting, guys. That was love. I love seeing y'all names on there. Shout out to Melissa. People who I remember, Melissa was on there. Clint was on there. Dan was on there. My man Cornelius was on there. You know what up, bro? My boy Pat was on there. So shout out to everybody and everyone else who showed love, liked it, shared it, all of this other thing. I can't thank y'all enough, for real. Thank you so much. But yeah. However, to curb that issue. I have a little, you know what I'm saying? I did a little, hey, I got my MacGyver on, you know what I mean? And so the young people have already checked out, like, who the hell is MacGyver? So they have no idea what I'm talking about. But I got my MacGyver on, you know what I mean, to be able to see the comments while I'm able to be in this. So look, I got my phone situation right here. I'm talking to y'all through the laptop joint, you know what I mean, through the camera and everything like that, you know what I mean? So a few times I might be looking down this way. I'm going to be looking down this way, you know what I'm saying? So this way I can see what y'all are saying. I'm not looking at my shoes. I'm not looking at the floor. I'm not looking at some roaches that might be walking. Some dirt that might be walking. I'm playing. I ain't got no roaches. Look, I have no roaches, all right? No roaches in the Palace of Profit. okay, in proper manner. No roaches, no rodents are allowed up in here because if you get up in this bitch, you will be deceased. All right? I will win. I will be at the ass. But anyway, so I might look down here a few times. So if I'm doing that, if I'm looking at the SummerSlam logo that you see right here, you know what I mean? Like, don't think that I'm on some funny business. All right? So I might be doing that. But please, with that said, please feel free to interact. Feel free to comment. Feel free to to ask questions, to give me to let me know whatever is on your mind about what the topic of discussion is, and I will definitely read it in real time. All right, I want to get this whole thing going the right way and everything. So, speaking of the right way, we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get right into the mix. All right, it's Sunday night. It's late in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Folks got work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Folks got to get up and get ready to go to the gym, go to school, whatever it is and everything. Folks got things to do tomorrow. So I'm not going to hold y'all too late, okay? I know y'all getting your lunch together for work and your work clothes together and everything. Have me on the background babbling while y'all doing your damn thing to get ready for the work week and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and put me in the background so this way, like, we can chop it up that way. You can hear what we all talking about and everything like that. But I'm not going to hold you too long, so I just want to get into the mix. All right, we'll talk about the news next week. All right, we talked about the news earlier, so we'll talk about the news next week. But talk about going the right way. Night 2 of SummerSlam, much better than night 1, much better. Because I'm sorry, watching night 1 last night was watching a very expensive episode of Monday Night Raw, a very expensive episode of Monday Night Raw. So I left night 1 like. But I told y'all earlier, if I paid 17 stacks for a seat at night 1 last night to be at ringside, and I saw what the hell I saw, I'm going upside somebody's head. And by somebody, I mean somebody on a WWE executive. I won't risk the jail time in Paris and New Jersey. I won't risk it. But night 2, much better. Was it greatness? No. But it was good. It was felt like I was watching a pay-per-view. And that's what mattered. It felt like I was watching a pay-per-view. Had I been there live, and had I got a nice little hookup for a 300 level section where I was paying under $100, and I had a nice little aisle seats for that, John, then this would have been a very nice evening. For real, a very nice evening. So it was a much better show than what it was yesterday. And they got right into it. And like I told y'all earlier today, the first match of the night, pretty much, damn near, with the exception of the minute. We'll get to that in a minute. But that, it pretty much was the show stealer in terms of like what was done inside the ring from a wrestling standpoint. Now, one thing I did notice, though, with this whole night 2 felt like damn near Extreme Rules. Like, every match on here was like a no disqualification match. Am I wrong? For real. Seriously, there was for real, let's break it down, right? There was a street fight, no DQs. A triple threat match, that means no DQs, okay? A no disqualification, no count-out match, self-explanatory right there. Steel cage match, no DQs. TLC match, no DQs. And then you had the IC title match, which is a regular book match. So that's what I'm saying. This felt like a very Extreme Rules card. So they really had a lot of room to be able to, we don't really need to worry about a lot of like ring psychology, when it comes to actual maneuver, set moves or actual set work rates and things of that nature. We don't really have to worry about that. We can just go out there and just smash into each other. And that's what we saw for the most part tonight. We saw a lot of just smashing into each other. A lot of weapons, lots of shenanigans, lots of outside interference. We saw a lot of that. Just a lot of calamity, really. And whereas night 1, it seemed like night 1 more so was about the in-ring performances, but unfortunately they didn't really deliver on any of that because a lot of it was very dry. and a lot of it was, like what you would see on regular television anyway. So it didn't really matriculate into an actual pay-per-view or anything of that nature. But what we got in terms of the excitement though, they did turn up, they did elevate the excitement level to a very a much more significant degree, which was good to see. Because like I said, you want to see something that's very different that you don't see on the regular shows. And that's what we got tonight. We got night 2 was basically Extreme Rules. And and SummerSlam Extreme Rules started off with the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. It's Naomi to defending her championship going up against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. This was a really well oiled match. I'll give WWE some credit. They have come a long way from their previous styles of triple threat matches, because the triple threat matches that for a very long time in the WWE was very formulaic. It really was a round robin, where it would be the 3 competitors would start off, they start off, who's gonna do what, whatever, and they start brawling and everything. 2 people take one person out, but one person goes out in the rest. The 2 people in the ring, they wrestle for about a good 4 or 5 minutes. And then the person who was on the outside, they come back in, and now the 2 people take out one other person. Now that person goes wrestling. The 2 people in the ring, they wrestle and everything. And they round robin it until the very end of the match. And then you would end the match with all 3 competitors doing a couple spots with each other, and then boom, somebody does their finisher. The 3rd person pushes the other person out the way. They go for the pinfall, and they get the cover, and they get the win. That's how it always was with WWE Triple Threats. However, they have really done a very good job of pivoting away from that formulaic style to now incorporating moves that do involve 3 wrestlers, and we saw that too as well. So we didn't see the round robin play in action. We actually saw moves that involved all 3 of the women, and it was good to see that. It was really good seeing that. I was having a conversation with Danny. Y'all remember Danny? Danny was when my co-host when we were doing MDX. We were talking during the match and everything, and he said he brought up a good point. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley have really good chemistry with each other, and they have been working with each other for the better part of 2025. When you go back to all the way to what we're talking about, going back to all the way to damn near February, with them 2 being linked up in some way, shape, or form with each other. So here we are in August, and they still are, working very well together. Them 2 really have a balance, a balanced chemistry with each other already. And with that being said, they know how to work, and they know how to have someone else incorporate into the mix as well too. Look at how they did with Bianca for WrestleMania, and also with how they're doing with Naomi with tonight as well too. So that mix and that chemistry really did work very well. We saw some triple threat moves tonight that pretty much were pretty unique as well. You didn't see the round robin, so that's what I'm saying. It just really was very satisfying seeing the way how it worked, because it was very, very fluid. Naomi got the victory tonight, which was I was a little surprised by it, because I really thought they were going to give it back to Rhea, since she re-signed her contract, and I feel like WWE wants to really cement her as that top tier women's wrestler as well, especially on Raw. But no, Naomi got the victory, which was really great to see. I was very satisfied seeing that. I was very happy seeing that. When you look at the thing is that when you look at Naomi's career overall as a whole, Naomi's had a really good career. For some reason, I feel that fans don't necessarily want to give her the flowers that she deserves. We know the reason. But it comes to a point where it's like, okay, when are y'all gonna get over it? You know what I mean? When are y'all gonna get over that? And when are you guys gonna actually realize, she actually is good at what she does? Because when you watch some of the past WrestleManias, Like I think like she actually has like a really good wrestling. I gotta look into it, but she has a good WrestleMania streak because for a while she was defending and retaining her championship at a number of WrestleManias in a row. So Naomi knows how to work. You know what I mean? Like and she's really good at this. And even like with her TNA run as well too. As being the knockout champion, she had some really great matches. Now I feel that the match she lost to Jordan Grace in when she uh, Jordan Grace when she dropped the title to her, I think that wasn't her best performance because I feel like she got her ass kicked the whole time. But outside of that, though, Naomi has shown a lot of just a lot of great progression, and it shows that she is a rock solid staple in that ring. And considering like where she came from, with her humble beginnings, that's really awesome to see for real. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like the folks who say doubt her, it's like, all right, y'all, get past it. You know what I mean? Seriously, get past it. Seriously, because she really has proven so much of what of the value that she brings to that ring. So yeah, so kudos to her, kudos to Naomi for picking up that victory. And like I said, I was telling people all night that triple threat women's match was the best. I'm sorry, it was better than any match you might want. It really was, and they really delivered in that bad boy. So it was really great seeing that. The next match is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This is going to be under the TLC rules. Now, before the match started, they showed Bubba Dudley and Devon Dudley at ringside. And they also showed Matt and Jeff Hardy at ringside as well too. And WWE even acknowledged that they will be having a tag match at TNA's Bound for Glory coming up in October, which is cool to see. I had the opportunity of going to Bound for Glory last year. When I was in Detroit, had a freaking awesome time, man. What a great weekend that was. And got to see the Hardys tear it the freak up. They had a TLC match that night against Chris Bay and Ace Austin, and also from the System, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. So they freaking tore it up in that match. TLC rules match. If you get a chance, go check it out. Bound for Glory 2024 in Detroit. They tore it up in that one. And so I guess apparently they're going up against Bubba Dudley and Devon Dudley at Bound for Glory this year as well too. They actually mentioned it at SummerSlam. This is crazy how like WWE talks about TNA on their broadcasts and everything like that. Not as much as TNA talk about WWE. They love to talk about NXT on that broadcast. Am I being petty? Yeah, I am. So if you caught that, you caught that. But anyway, moving right along though, but going back to this match, it's a TLC match. WWE Tag Team Championships, they're on the line. We got the Wyatt Six. They are defending the titles against the Street Profits, against DIY, against the Motor City Machine Guns, speaking of TNA, against Fraxium, and also against Andrade and Rey Fenix. So yeah, so this is a very top-heavy match. A lot going on in this match. Lots of wrestlers, lots of action, lots of teams. We're talking about 12 people all together. 6 teams, 12 people all together. Excuse me. The heck? That was embarrassing. 6 teams all together, 12 people in the match. I mean, it's a very heavy match we're talking about right here. So a lot. So as you go into this match, you guys gotta expect this is gonna be spot after spot after spot. And it was a spot fest the entire time. I think we saw a couple of wrestling moves, which kind of like weirded me out. Like, whoa, wait, what's here wrestling here? You know what I'm saying? But no, for the most part, it was a whole lot going on. There was even a sequence as well too where they had a table that was set up on each of the 4 corners of the outside of the ring, and each wrestler did a move going, jumping from the top rope to the table to the outside of the ring. Even homeboy from Fraxium did the C4 Exploder on my man from the Street Profits, the heaviest set brother, And so you saw spots like that happening at all four of the corners and everything. It was like, holy crap, that was crazy. Very high, lots of risky moves, very risky moves. So I give these men a lot of credit. But not only the men getting the credit for the risky moves, but Candice LeRae, oh my God, I really hope that you are okay. I really hope that everything's fine with you. I really hope that you were just selling, because she ate a ladder spot that was crazy, where she went from the top of the ladder inside the ring, crashed to the table on the outside of the ring. Johnny Gargano had to check on her on some real shit. And like he did the thumbs up, so I'm assuming that she gave him the thumbs up as well too. Like I'm all right, baby, go ahead and do your thing. But the match had, but so yeah, and then he went ahead. The match had some elements of because they were talking about how this was the 25th anniversary of the first TLC match that took place at SummerSlam 2000 between the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian. And so you saw some elements of that TLC match, not that one in particular, but the one more so from WrestleMania 17 that were incorporated into this match. But they did their own little they did their own little twist on it. Like there was the one spot where damn it, I can't remember who was doing what, but Homeboy was hanging from the damn hook that got the belts on and everything, and Homeboy number 2 was on the ladder that was propped up in the corner, and he was gonna do the spear on my man who was who was hanging on there, but it was Tommaso Ciampa. But Tommaso Ciampa, he pulled himself up because he got that strong ass core going on. You know what I'm saying? He pulled himself up, made himself vertical the other way. My man number 2 trying to do the spear, missed him, and Ciampa came down with it and everything. You know what I'm saying? It looked really cool, but when they were setting up, I was like, okay, they're doing the Edge and Jeff Hardy spot from WrestleMania 17. But when they didn't do it, I was like, okay, all right, all right, y'all went a different direction with it, which I appreciate. That was cool seeing that. That was real cool seeing that. But also, like, then they had like I said, they had Candice LeRae come out. They had what's the name, homegirl B-Fab come out, and they had homegirl from the Wyatt Six, Nikki Cross, come out, and that once again that was kind of emulating the whole WrestleMania 17 when Lita, Rhino, and Spike Dudley came out to help their friends. So they had those kind of elements that were there, but like I said, this is a big high spot match, lots of action, lots of crashes that were going on and everything. And as predicted in today's earlier episode, the Wyatt Six were the ones who walked away with the championships. So yeah, Motor City Machine Guns, I didn't see a lot of them. I did not see a lot of them. There was a point in time where I completely forgot they were in the match, and then they popped up. I was like, oh, I forgot y'all are here. Yo, low key, I feel that since we're talking about, I don't know, what do y'all think? I was gonna say, since we're talking about the Dudley Boys and the Hardys having a match at Bound for Glory, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a TLC match. I think they said it is. I can't remember if they said it is or not. But why not throw the Motor City Machine Guns in that? You know what I mean? I mean, like, would that be too much, or should just keep it to the vet vets, the WWE vet vets on this TNA show, without incorporating the TNA vets? Let's read some comments. All right. So my man A, well, listen what you laughing at. All right, my man Jamal. All right. LPW Inferno, August 15th, gonna be on YouTube. Catch me tossing bodies in the battle rope. Hey, y'all, that comment right there, please take it seriously. Please show it love. Please give it a heart. Please screenshot something, all right? So this way you have that marked on your calendar, August 15th, all right? August 15th, all right? My man Jamal, he's been training with House of Glory. We were talking about House of Glory earlier today on this afternoon's episode. He's been training House of Glory for the better part of the year. He's been on a few shows that have been on Triller and on YouTube as well too. My man is working his ass off, y'all. For real, seriously. Jamal is doing the damn thing. So seriously, yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. Come on, man, you got YouTube. We all got YouTube, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's free. Don't act brand new with it, all right? And he's gonna be on the LPW Inferno, all right? So he's gonna be on that show, all right? So look out for Jamal Curtis Barker Jr. He's gonna be on the LPW show August 15th on YouTube, all right? Put that in your calendars, put that in your reminders, all right? And you know, I'll even make sure I remind y'all as well too. But it's gonna be happening. And shout out to everybody watching live right now. I appreciate you all being in the house, being in the building, as we are talking about SummerSlam 2025, night 2. So we go on from the TLC match, all right? Good stuff right there, all right? And now let's move on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch is defending the championship against her protege, Lyra Valkyria, in a no count out, no disqualification match. Now the gimmick is with this match is that if Lyra Valkyria loses this match, she can no longer challenge Becky Lynch for the IC championship as long as Becky Lynch is champion. So Lyra is on some, I gotta win this match. I gotta be her face in. I gotta make sure she don't give up. I gotta get the victory and everything. So she's coming in there with a lot of steam, you know, in terms of like motivation, in terms of a set on the objective, in terms of like having the eye set on the goal, because it's all or nothing at this point as long as Becky is champion. And Becky walked into that bad boy saying, I'm the champion. And Becky wrestled that match tonight like I am, not only as I am a champion, but I am a heel champion. Let me say it one more time this way it resonates. I am a heel champion. Now, I have been very critical about Becky Lynch as of late, and I feel that her return, since her return, has been kind of like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. It feels forced. Your promos, feel out of character. They just don't feel believable. Whatever. I'm not really vibing. Especially because, you kind of saw that the reason why she was there was to really give Lyra that boost, right? But no joke, tonight, Becky made me believe a little bit more in her. A lot of believability came out of Becky when it came to her heel abilities. I feel like that might have been an alliteration there. There's a lot of good that was coming out of my mouth right now. So, I don't know, but we'll leave that to the linguistics to figure it out. But Becky really turned it up when it came to being a heel champion tonight, which I really appreciated. I was very appreciative of seeing this. Now, Lyra, ooh. Oh, man. And here's the thing, is that I don't know what the disconnect is, but there's a disconnect. There's something where it's like the people just ain't vibing really with her. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she might get in her own head a little bit too much, or if she may not just be ready for such a big platform. But bro, I'm sorry, but there was a number of times tonight where I'm like, Lyra, damn, keep up. Shit. Seriously, keep up with it. I get the little jitters and everything like that, but by this time of the game, it's like you need to have that polish. There really is not, there's not a whole lot of excuses at this point in the game. There was a part where she was supposed to do a cross body block off Becky off the barricade, but she fell off. And she had to just jump into Becky's arms, basically. There was that. There was y'all saw when she threw Becky into the camera, and you knew that was not supposed to happen. She threw Becky into the camera, and she said to the camera, "Oh, I'm so sorry." The cameraman is like, "I'm trying to get away from you." It was funny as hell. And then you saw when she did that damn slam on the Becky, and then when she was handcuffed or whatever with the not the hog tie, but you know what I'm talking about, the damn zip tie. I said hog tie. The hell I'm on. with the hog tie, the zip tie, and then when she did the slam, her hands came out. Her hands came out, bro. That John remind me of y'all remember when what happened? That one TNA pay per view when they were doing. Oh man, there was a few of them Johns. They had the damn. Hold on a second. There was one match where they had a contract hanging up in the air, and they had to whoever got the contract got the title shot. And the contract kept falling. Oh my God. So they had the guy like the wing on the fly. And then there was they had a blindfold match between James Storm and what's his name, Chris Harris. And Chris Harris is mad. They had the blindfold mask on. The blindfold mask kept coming off his damn head during the So when she got free from the zip tie, and you saw her hands, and all like, even the commentators were like, oh, I guess she got free. And then hold on a second, they cut away for a second. They come back, and I guess when they cut away, the ref had to help her. Hey, I gotta get you back into this, John, because it wasn't supposed to happen. And when they cut back, then the commentators were acting like, oh, that never happened. I thought I saw that she got free, but I guess I did. Shut your ass up. The entire world thought she got free. Oh man, dude, that was hilarious. So yeah, so it was like, it was those kind of hiccups. It was just a number of hiccups that were happening. And the thing is that, I don't know, it's just like Lyra just doesn't come off as like this. She doesn't come off as like this little underdog that you want to like cheer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're trying to make her into the next Bryan Danielson, or is it trying to make her into the next Spike Dudley? I don't know, but it's just not really connecting. And I think it's because you have because the women's roster is pretty stacked. It's pretty stacked with some very significant talent that you have out there. You have your Rhea Ripley's, you have your Liv Morgans, you have your Roxanne Perez's, you have your Ivy Niles. You know what I mean? You have your Julians, you have your Stephanie McCourts, you have hopefully eventually Jordan Grace. You know what I mean? Like when she gets used right. But you have some really talented women wrestlers where you look at Lyra and you're kind of like, oh yeah, you're part of this too. Okay. But over here though, when I'm watching the damn and Naomi, please, we never got to speak about Naomi, Bianca Belair. But when I'm over here looking at the triple threat and I see the type of work rate that I see in that match, I'm sorry, but I'm not checking on the Lyra Valkyria match. I'm not. Especially because what she does in the ring, she doesn't work sloppy. She's not a bad worker. She actually is a good wrestler. She is a good wrestler. But you are just that. You are a good wrestler. You're a good wrestler, but you're not outstanding. You're not where I'm going to remember your match. You're not where I'm going to replay your match. You're not where I'm going to revisit your match. You're not where I'm going to reference your match. You're not. And I feel like a lot of fans feel that way. And that's why it's like when she comes out, yeah, they do when they sing her song, they do the woo, woo, woo. They do the woo woos. Okay, we doing the woo woos, but when it comes to when we hear the ring, the bell go ding ding, we quiet. So I don't know. Becky got the win. Bayley came out there, and she got involved. She got into the mix, Bayley accidentally hit Lyra with the chain, and Becky got the win. And so I don't know. So I guess they're gonna keep that feud going. Probably now Lyra's gonna be passed over to Bayley, and they're gonna have a program with each other. There's gonna be a whole like Lyra's like, you cost me the championship at SummerSlam, and I'm so angry at you. And I don't know, are they gonna turn Lyra into a heel? Whew, we'll see about that. So hey y'all, I don't know. I just watch. That's why. Jamal said that in WWE it's the best it's ever been. Okay. It only translates to those who watch NXT UK in the COVID phase, and that's the thing. And that Jamal, I'm very glad that you brought that up, because we're talking about a very niche audience. Then we're talking about a very niche audience. And yes, I remember WWE UK came on Thursdays over here. I remember that. But not everyone remembered that, and that was taken off the air, a couple years ago and everything. So, and we know how WWE fans are. They only remember so far. so like it doesn't really translate as much as it should. I really wish it did. Trust me, believe me, I never want to see anyone have a downfall or anything of that nature, or not excel in their craft at all. I never want to see that happen. But I'm just calling it a spade, and that is what it is at this point. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do, because you kind of have to do something in order to help her bounce back and where she needs to be at, or even garner the respect from the fans that she should be getting and everything. Because I'm telling you, a lot more people. Hey, listen, like I said earlier, when you have a women's roster that has the likes of a Bianca Belair, a Rhea Ripley, a Naomi, an Io Sky, you know what I'm saying? An Asuka, okay? With a Stephanie McCoy, a Roxanne Perez. When you have a roster that has this type of talent that is embedded into it, it's going to be hard to be seen. So, Jamal said that's why Dakota gone. That's why Gigi's gone and Shotzi's gone. Yeah, it really is a very cutthroat division. It's a tough division. It really is. This was a division at one point in time which was the Pittsburgh, and now it's a division that looks like it should be main eventing one of the big four pay-per-views. It really does, because you have some of the most talented women on the planet, in that division. I mean, and women's wrestlers have really changed the game in an entirety. So, because that bar is set where it's at right now, the level of competition is at astronomical heights for a women's division. And just being good enough ain't good enough. It's not. Lyra would have been cold. She would have been cold back in the butterfly belt days, when you had the likes of Michelle McCool and Layla and Julie. Remember that one chick, Julie, with that big old nasty bullshit that was on her cheek? And when you had the likes of, what's her name, Jillian. When you had her, or the GoDaddy girl, you know what I mean? Like, when you had them in the whatchamacallit, then yeah, having a Lyra Valkyria back then, she would have been the Mecca. She would have been the Mecca. But not now. So we're gonna see what happens though. We're gonna see. But anyway, Becky Lynch with the victory. She has retained the championship. I expect to see a photo op with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins holding their respective championship belts and with each other. So yeah, so we'll see that. I'm pretty sure. So next, what I said, Jamal, you talked about the Divas Championship. Jillian Hall, yeah. Chrissy Hemme too. Yeah, during that. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That was a relatively dark time in women's wrestling. Now, granted, that was like the early stages of where we are right now. Very early stages of where we are right now. Very early stages. But had a Lyra Valkyria been around then, she would have shined. She would have shined because we would have been like, it's so refreshing seeing a woman out there actually wrestling and who knew how to wrestle, because all those women, they act like they knew how to wrestle. That sounds so crazy. Somebody coming home like, boy, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, speaking of crazy, let's go on to this steel cage match for the U.S. Championship. We had Solo Sikoa defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu in the steel cage match. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, listen, I'm slipping, y'all, because I have not watched SmackDown thoroughly in a long time. I just don't watch SmackDown. Like Fridays is a break for me from wrestling. I watch wrestling damn near every day of the week. Watch Raw on Monday. Watch Raw on Monday. I watch AEW on Wednesday. I watch TNA on Thursday. I watch AEW on Saturday. So the other days I'm trying to chill. So I don't really watch SmackDown. So last night I watched the SummerSlam. I see this big ass steel cage at the very top of the joint, and I'm just like, why is there a cage? Like, who's wrestling in the cage? So I didn't know up until that moment that there was a cage match, or who was wrestling in the cage match, because they said, and now it's time for our steel cage match. And I'm like, okay, who's wrestling? I felt like such a noob. Like, I'm like, who's wrestling in the cage? It's the problem. So then I saw it was Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know they were in the cage. I didn't know. I knew they were wrestling, but I didn't know they were in the cage. So it is what it is. Question: why does Jacob Fatu's music sound exactly like Solo's music? Now, this is what I'm saying. I don't watch SmackDown, so there's a lot of questions I have. I don't watch. So I'm trying to figure it out. I text a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, bro, like, how come their music sounds exactly the same? And he was like, I was doing the same shit too. So I'm like, I don't know, bro. So yes, they came out. I noticed immediately when the cage came out and they had those flat platforms in the corners, right? In the corners of the top of the cage. I'm like, okay, that means we're gonna see a spot on the top of the cage. They only have that so somebody can stand up there on top and do like a big old splash, a moonsault, a elbow, whatever. You know what I mean? So I knew that was happening. Match was cool. The match was cool. It wasn't like anything that like kind of like jumped out at me or anything like that in the ring. Like there were some cool spots or whatever like that. You know, they did a couple of. Oh yeah, going back to the women's match. The match started off with that IC women's match. The match started off with Lyra doing wrestling moves. I'm like, baby, this is a street fight. We're in a street fight. Why are you over here trying to do arm drag takedown when you have a street fight? Like, what the hell? Anyway, all right, sorry. I had to repeat that. Anyway, go back to the steel cage. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much what you expect to see. Like, you saw some tackles, you saw some takedowns, you saw some slams and all that good stuff and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw a lot of like engaging with the crowd and whatnot, all that good stuff. So, I mean, you saw it, I mean, you saw what you saw. Now, here's the thing. Big mistake by Jacob Fatu when the opportunity to leave the cage through the door was presented and did not take the opportunity. So, I'm still trying to figure out, bro, why didn't you just leave? But you're like, no, I mean, close the door, lock the door so I can punish him some more. Nah, man, the name of the game is called winning the damn match. Win the damn match. What did my man, not Marvin Harrison, but what my man, not Tony Dungy, the other brother, damn, why can't I think of his name? You play to win the game. You play to win the game. You wrestle to win the match. You wrestle to win the match. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, why didn't you just leave, dog? Like, I know Marie's been part of the script. Okay, I get that. But I'm gonna say that from a psychology standpoint, a psychological standpoint. My thing is like, bro, win the match. You walked out. Guess what? You're a champion again. Oh my God. Like, no, do you want to win the championship or do you want to just continue to beat down? No, you really to win your championship. So leave the damn cage, bro. God damn. So when he did that match, I'm like, oh, okay, you losing. You losing, dog. You losing. Because why the hell did you not leave? And then they had the now I did not that's when I saw them all come out with these shirts that say MFTs. At first I thought it said NFTs. I thought it was like a whole. Remember, like when NFTs were hot a few years ago, when people were selling a picture of some like rabbit or something like that. That was a JPEG online, and they were trying to sell it for like $12,000 or something. Y'all remember that stupid shit? Non-fungible tokens or whatever they were called. So at first I thought that's what the T-shirt said, but then it said MFT. I'm like, what the hell MFT stand for? Like, motherfucker, talk to me. No, but what the hell is that? I just want to say I don't watch SmackDown. You can totally tell. And maybe I should. Maybe I should at least DVR it or something like that. Come on, USA. So I saw online on the timeline, someone asked the same question. What? No, their exact words. I'm a WWE fan, but what does MFT stand for? I don't know why I read that with my head. Like, why you gotta like justify yourself, dog? Just ask the damn question. So, and someone said it means my family tree. Like, all right, I guess. All right. Dude, these names are killing me. So they're all wearing these t-shirts that say MFT on it. My man, and listen, I'm sorry, I'm not calling him JC Mateo. I'm not. That man's always going to be Jeff Cobb to me. I remember Jeff Cobb from the New Japan days. I remember Jeff Cobb from the Defy Wrestling days. I remember Jeff Cobb when he came to AEW for a little bit. I remember Jeff Cobb when he was touring the Indies and ripping shit up. I remember Jeff Cobb. Okay? I'm not calling him no damn JC Mateo. JC Mateo sounds like somebody who was a reject from 98 Degrees, and he had the frosted tips on his hair. That's what the name JC Mateo sounds like. I'm not calling that man that name. I'm calling that man Jeff Cobb. And because I'm calling that man Jeff Cobb, I have a lot of respect for that man as a wrestler. And what I did not like, what I did not appreciate, what I did take issue with, that man had no offense last night. He came down to ringside to do the interference as a gang, as a faction, as a crew. You mean to tell me he couldn't get one lick in? Not one lick between Jacob Fatu, and then when Jimmy Uso came out, he couldn't get one lick in on Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso gave him the business like Jimmy Uso, goddamn it, Macho Man Randy Savage. Jeff Cobb couldn't get one thing in. Damn. I told a buddy of mine tonight, I was like, I think that they're doing this because they know that he's a New Japan guy, and this is what they're trying to make New Japan guys look weak. Anyway. The MFT guys come out, and they try to interfere, and Jacob started giving them the business and whatnot and everything. At one point in time, they handcuffed Jacob to the top of the cage, and Solo was. This is my thing. He's handcuffed to the damn cage, right? And Solo wanted to take 3.5 years to get from one side of the cage to the damn door. I'm like, dog, if you don't pick up your damn feet and get out of the damn cage. And then we just see out of nowhere, Jacob just come and grab him, and then we're like, oh, so he broke up from the handcuffs? Like, what the hell? Oh, man. Jacob got his head slammed into the door when he was trying to like get out. Solo got the hell out of there, and Solo got the victory, so he retained the championship. And then Jeff Cobb and Homeboy come in there. Jacob he beat their ass, and he did the damn moonsault from the very, like I said, they were using the very top of the steel cage. He did the damn moonsault and got them both and took them both out. So yeah, so there was that when it came to that match. I'm sorry. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what happened within that match. The next match was for the IC Championship. We had Dominic Mysterio defending his championship of the IC title against AJ Styles. I said in the NBA card match, this match literally was an entire sample size of Eddie Guerrero's entire WWE career. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because my thing is this. I don't know Dominic's identity as a wrestler. I don't know. And I think this could have been a really good opportunity to be able to show it tonight. You're wrestling AJ Styles. AJ Styles is guaranteed to be in the Hall of Fame. I know for definitely TNA. Hopefully, and I'm pretty certain for WWE as well too. But AJ Styles is literally one of the all-time greats that's with us right now, and can still go and give us an incredible match. This was the opportune time for us to be able to see what you can do as a wrestler on your own, and not rely so much on gimmicks, on who you're dating, what love triangle you're involved with right now, or whatever. This was a chance for you to be in a serious match. This was the only match tonight that had no gimmicks, that had no DQs, it had no gimmicks. This was a regular wrestling match. So this was a chance for you to be able to show that this is what I had to offer, without having to rely on my dad, without having to rely on the Judgment Day, without having to rely on what love triangle I'm a part of. This is a chance for you to be able to show who you are as a wrestler. And I went into it like, I really want to see what your moveset is. I'm still trying to find out what your moveset is, dog. What's his moveset? What is his move? What signature moves does he have that do not emulate what his father or his uncle had done in the past? The entire match, y'all, was Eddie Guerrero's career. It was Eddie Guerrero's career, the entire match. Even down to the shenanigans, it was Eddie Guerrero. And you had some sprinkles of Rey Mysterio in there. Dog, who are you in the ring? Here's my thing. Nepotism is a trip, because you would not be in the position that you're in right now if it wasn't for your father. You wouldn't. Let's just be real. If you were on your own trying to be a wrestler, you would not be in the position that you're in right now. You are wrestling at SummerSlam. SummerSlam is known as having some of the greatest IC matches of all time. Bret Hart and British Bulldog. Mr. Perfect against Bret Hart. Triple H against The Rock. Excuse me, I should say Hunter Hearst Helmsley against The Rock in the ladder match. You have said some of the greatest IC Championship title matches of all time at SummerSlam. IC Championship is synonymous with SummerSlam. You are going into SummerSlam. You are the second to last match of the headlining main event, and you're defending the IC Championship against one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth at this moment. An opportunity where you could be able to show, hey, guess what? I deserve to be in this spot right now. I deserve this right now. I've earned my spot to be here right now. This is the opportunity. This is the moment for you. I saw nothing from Dominic Mysterio tonight. Nothing. I saw no moves. I saw everything I saw from him was either very basic wrestling school wrestling moves, or I saw Eddie Guerrero, or I saw your father Rey Mysterio. I didn't see you. Unless you want to tell me that you're only relying on lockups and takedowns and tackles. That's it. Is that your moveset? Wrestling 101 day one? Because that's what I saw from you, outside of Eddie Guerrero and Ray. And you won the match, dog. You beat AJ Styles. Granted, it was a little dirty, yeah. It wasn't clean, but you still have a victory, a SummerSlam title defense victory over AJ Styles. And nothing was gained. And the thing is that, like, I don't know if my energy is towards Dominic Mysterio or if it's towards Triple H in the booking. Like, we already know Triple H's booking is very piss poor as it is right now. We already know this already. That's not a secret. But I gotta hold Dominic a little bit accountable as well too, because it's like, dude, do you even want to get better? Do you want to be better than this? Do you want to? I get, like, look, I understand that in your position right now, you are just at the top of the mountain. You are young. You're a young dude. You're a handsome young man. You're making all kind of stupid money right now. You're in good shape. You're traveling and seeing the entire planet right now. You are pretty much a celebrity, and you are living a rock star's lifestyle. I get it. And I get it. So it's like, you know, you're living in this amazing dream right now. And it's gotta be freaking amazing. But at the same time, though, it's like, when you get to a point when it comes to, hey, you know what? I want to be good at this shit. I want to be good at this shit because I respect what I do so much. Yeah, the lifestyle is great. I love my life. Yes. But you know, I love my life so much. Let me invest into becoming even better so I can appreciate this life even more that I have. Because I really am working hard at this. When does that happen? When? Because here's my thinking, and here's my issue I take with it. Because of that, you're setting a tone and setting a precedent to other younger wrestlers, even wrestlers who come from parents who have been in the business and have made a name for themselves and everything. You're setting a precedent where they're like, shit, I can just coattail my father or my mom's name and live like Dom. I really want to learn this shit. I really don't want to learn psychology. I really don't want to learn movesets. I really don't want to have an identity in the ring. I really don't need any of that stuff. I really don't need to have a quality match. Let's go out there and say what I gotta say, read the script and leave it. Because good Lord, when it comes to Dominic's promos, you see the shit he did when he was walking into the arena saying, I am the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. I don't need any of this. I know you were heel, but bro, that was trash. So that's what I'm saying. When do you get to a point where you actually take it seriously? That's my question. So my question. But hey, I mean, look, I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of this outlet that I love here. So I'm just gonna say what I feel. Because I know. But I really do hope that he gets to a point where he takes it seriously. I really, really hope so, for real. Because, man, boy, you are so lucky your daddy is who he is. Your daddy is not who your daddy is. Oh my God, it'd be rough. Man, it'd be rough, man. And a lot of people don't have that kind of privilege, bro. Not a lot of people have that kind of privilege. So, you enjoy that privilege that you have, and I would take high of it. So yeah, so he retains the championship and defeats AJ Styles. I wonder how those TNA Nation. Anyway, that's another story. All right, so now let's move on to the main events, the headline main event for tonight's card, and this is for the Undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena will be defending the WWE Undisputed Championship against Cody Rhodes in a street fight. So yeah. So once again, I'm not a SmackDown wrestler. Wow. I'm I'm not a SmackDown watcher, but I kept seeing a lot of like rumblings and tumblings and talks and everything from people talking about that. Oh, John Cena's a face now, and Cody Rhodes is gonna turn heel. And I'm just like, wait, why? What? Wait, huh? What's going on? What? Because y'all been telling me about how John Cena is the greatest heel of all time just a few days ago, and now y'all talking about he's a face. Like, wait, what the hell going on here? And apparently, I guess at SmackDown, like they had some kind of promo or whatever like that. It looked like John Cena was turned back to the face, and Cody was going heel or whatever. So I was very confused. Cody came out, of course, pandering to a black audience when it came to that preacher that was speaking. He came out to the ring. People were booing him. John Cena's music played, and everyone was cheering him. So of course, I'm very confused. I have no idea what episode of Twilight Zone this is. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it and see if I can catch on with it. The thing was the match was interesting because Cody was getting booed for the most part. Even when they were doing the let's go Cena sucks. Let's go Cena sucks. The Cena sucks chants were very low. This was a very pro John Cena crowd, very pro John Cena audience, very pro John Cena backing. And even the wrestling showed it as well. Well, we call wrestling, it showed it as well. The spots that were showing, it was very face happy to be here. Good guy John Cena was back, and I guess yeah. So it is what it is. Really, but people were also booing Cody Rhodes, and Cody was showing confliction in the ring, like, should I hit him with this chair or should I not hit him with the chair? I don't know what to do because I want to be a good guy so bad, but I'm so angry. You know what I mean? So you had that going on as well too. And they took it all over. They took it to the outside of the ring. They took it to the crowd as well too. They were fighting all over the place. They jacked the ring up and everything. There was one super corny spot where they fought under the stage. They went under the stage. And it just so happened, like, the middle of the stage. Remember how back in the day, Rey Mysterio used to come out from the stage, he used to jump out? And who's that jumping up the sky? So that, he'd come out from the middle of the stage. So there was a hole of where Mysterio would come out, but the hole was there. And I'm like, why is the hole up there? So then we see the lights just shine right onto that hole, and then you see John Cena being risen up with Cody Rhodes on his shoulders. I'm like, looking like he's about to do the AA. I'm like, oh my God, stop it. Cornball City. Made it back to the ring. And wrestle. Cody Rhodes got the win. Cody Rhodes won with, it looked like a very lopsided Cody cutter from the top rope onto a table, and then the crossroads. And my thing was just like, after all that was what took him out. But it's not about the match. The match was just like, big spot. And I guess this way, like, you didn't have to really worry about wrestling itself. My thing is like, audience members are starting to see that Cody Cuddles is full of shit. He is. And I'm just like, when are people gonna realize that this man's full of shit? So, he goes on these podcasts, always lying all the time about, I'm the one who started AEW, I started the Bullet Club, no, you did not, man. You coattailed, all right? You coattailed, bro. And you were a part of something, but you act like you were the main effort who made it happen. And it's not true. It's revisionist history, dude. Stop it. And like, you continuously go on these interviews, and you always gotta speak about that, bro. Get over it. You sound like an ex-girlfriend, a bitter ex-girlfriend, dude. You do. You sound like a bitter ex-girlfriend. Get over it, bro. You're living the life you want to live. You're on the top of the mountain in WWE. You know what I mean? now you're the world champion once again. You got the black wife, you got the biracial baby and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to bring you to the cookout, not me, goddammit. You got the dog, you got your tour bus, you got your sponsors. You're back in WWE, bro. You have it all. Why do you keep on talking about AEW, dude? Like, move on from it, bro. Like, you are bitter, dog. Like, you are so incredibly bitter, and it shows. And that's why, I'm sorry, that's why it's hard to get behind you. I don't like either one, John Cena or Cody Rhodes. I don't give a damn about either one of y'all in this match. But the issues I have with you, it's like, now everyone is starting to see this well too. But the thing is though that because tonight was kind of like a passing of the torch moment, you were given so much extra time. Now you were given extra time that was added on to you because honestly, it's not end the way how it did, bro. You will be getting booed on Friday for real. Like nobody will be rocking with you, but they're gonna rock with you because you got the cosign from the person that everyone was backed. That's the only reason why you have some added time to yourself now. But it's gonna get to a point where people are not fools, and they're going to once again realize that you are full of shit. I'm sorry, but it is. So that's what it is, and that's what happened to AEW as well too. Fans realize that you were full of shit, and we did not believe you. You need more people, for real. So enjoy it. I'm glad that you're on Friday, so I don't have to see you that often. I don't care for you as a wrestler, so I don't really check on you. I know you're there. I know you exist. I know you are who you are. You finish your story once again, Cody, but you don't do nothing. So you got the hell out the ring. And that's nothing. Your moment was just gone. Like you won and then won. You were just out of there because the real moment happened, and that's when we heard. We see Brock Lesnar come back. What? Now, I'm not gonna go too much into this, but the last time I checked, Brock, you're part of a lawsuit right now, and it's a little awkward seeing you right now, for real. I was joking last night. I was joking in the mid-card match saying that Vince McMahon, they feel like Vince McMahon was booking the show tonight. After seeing Brock Lesnar come out, I really feel like Vince McMahon was back there tonight booking the damn show. Because damn, Brock Lesnar, in the middle of all this, all this that's going on right now. The we know what we're talking about. All right? So, it's a lot happening. It's a lot of questions. Now, personally, y'all know I love me some Brock Lesnar. I love me some Brock Lesnar. But when all that shit happened, I'm like, I had to kind of put things on reserve a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm like, because I read that affidavit, and man, that joint is crazy. So, but yeah, Brock is back. He came out, he confronted Cena. Cena went for a clothesline, Brock ducked, Brock gave him the F5. And so it looks like that this is going to be part of the John Cena farewell tour, that John Cena's going to have a match or a little program with Brock Lesnar. So there's that. There is that. We'll see what happens. It's funny. It's so funny because I remember I brought up, are we going to see Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 41? I brought up, I got chewed out. Wait, you ain't going to see Brock Lesnar. And then 4 months later, here it is. It's like, the petty part of me wants to revive that post and be like, y'all still believe all this stuff that y'all said? Or nah, I'm not gonna do that. I want to. But yeah, that's how something's gonna end. Obviously I didn't watch the press conference or the post show or whatever like that. So I want to chop it up with y'all. But night two overall, night two was much better than night one. and so I'm happy about that. It's good to see that they rebounded a little bit, and we got what we got. There were some, I mean, obviously there were some areas of the show that could have been much better, but you know, it's WWE for you. You know, you're gonna get some good, you can get some ugly, you know, a lot ugly, and you're gonna get a good dose of bad. But when you have the good, though, the good, you know, the good's pretty good. The good's pretty good, but you know, the bad will still make you regret it, still make you feel it as well too. But you know, that's how it is and everything. But I know people had a good time. I know people enjoyed it. I know people had watch parties and everything, and people were, you know, celebrating and whatnot. You know, after Cody Rhodes won the championship. So we'll see what the interwebs talk about. We'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow night, and we'll see what happens on SmackDown later on this week as well too. But we have a lot to look forward to overall in general. So, but that was the end of SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2025 is in the books. And guess what, y'all? This review of the 23rd hour of SummerSlam 2025 is in the books as well. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get off on here a little bit. I just want to shout out to everybody who was part of the conversation tonight. So thank you, Jamal, for joining the show. Thank you, Melissa, as well, too. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch and tuned in to like, show some love and everything. I appreciate y'all immensely. You know what I mean? We had a good time. We had a good old time tonight, you know, being able to chop it up about SummerSlam and pro wrestling in general. And like I was telling you guys, like seriously, I really do want to make this engagement a lot more frequent. So, you know, we're gonna try to do this every week, and I'm gonna do my absolute best and do this Sunday mornings with you all. So you all will see me next Sunday morning, where we'll be able to chop it up and talk about the week of pro wrestling and all the ins and outs, all the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything else in between, and also answer your questions. Chop it up with y'all on the regular, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have all this stuff with StreamYard cleared up so I can actually see and post y'all's comments on the air so that way it's visible. And also I want to simultaneously make sure this is back on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time and not on the 1 day delay. But this will be on YouTube tomorrow in case you are joining on the late tip and you want to see what you missed. We will have this up on YouTube later on tonight. Tomorrow, sorry about that. All right, but anyway, once again, check out, we have some shows coming up for you all. This Thursday's a new episode of Mentality, so you don't want to miss that. Also, we are going to air a new episode of Sippin' and Trippin' in the next few weeks, and a new episode of The Nerding is coming to you all next week as well, too. So we have a lot in store, and also a big announcement that's coming up as well, too, when it comes to what we have rolling out from B-Side Studios. We might have a little new some on the way for y'all, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe and like us on Facebook as well too. Sorry about that. Follow us wherever you can. Show some love to all of us as we're growing. And also, hey, check out Dreamscape Theater as well too. We got some really cool stuff that's happening locally as well. So make sure you all follow Dreamscape Theater on Facebook and go to our website, dreamscapetheater.com, and sign up to receive the news. We're gonna start rolling out a newsletter with Dreamscape Theater, and also a new B-Side website is going to be happening in the next couple of months. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. If you go to bsidestudios.net, you see it down. I have taken that website off, but we're going to be launching a brand new website very soon. So make sure you're on the lookout for that and all that good stuff and everything. But anyway, it has been awesome chopping up with you all. You know I love being able to hang out with you guys and everything. We had a great time tonight. Good time this weekend as well, too. It's always great being able to have a weekend that encompasses a whole bunch of pro wrestling. I mean, what more can we ask for? You know what I'm saying? As a fan. So it was a good time overall. But yeah, but check us out and catch us next week as well, too. And come back and we'll do it all again. All right? All right, y'all. Y'all be cool. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your night. Be safe. Be good. And overall, just continue being great people that you always are. All right? Love y'all. Y'all be easy. I'll talk to y'all.